Hey, ever thought that the scariest thing out there is failure? Well, not really in the same boat. Because for me, it's regret. So let's talk about that. No filter, just thoughts. I slur my words there. I want to start this off with a very powerful phrase, in my honest opinion, in the sense of we're all scared of failing. I mean, who isn't? We overthink, we hesitate, and then we convince ourselves that we need to stay where it's safe. Essentially, our safe zone, essentially, our comfort zone, right? But reality is, there will never be growth in the comfort zone. That's just the thing. That's just the truth that we need to realize. But have you ever asked yourself that real pain was never in failure? Real pain is in regret. And let me tell you this one. I have been on the belief that if I do not try something, then essentially I will be safe from it. I will ultimately be safe from that thing. But as I grew older, I realized that the more I avoid something, the more I am afraid of something, especially if it doesn't harm me, right? If it helps me, if it will help me, if it will help me learn a new skill, if it will help me be a better version of myself, and I wasn't trying it, then that only means there's something wrong. That only means that I should change something so that I don't arrive at the word regret. Because one thing that I have observed is that regret essentially stabs me more in the heart and in my mind, bigger and more hurtful than failure. And if you want to put it to another perspective, regret is essentially the definition of the ultimate failure. I do believe that in failure, right, there's this thing we called attempt. Essentially means you tried it. And for me, that's not failure really. Even though I used to believe it, now or at least now, I do not believe it as such. Because as long as you tried it, you attempted something, you want to learn a new skill, you wanted to learn a new language, you wanted to start doing something like a new routine that will help you, that will essentially be better for you, you are not failing. That means you're trying. That is progress. But once you quit or once you never tried it again, once you never attempted this thing, then that ultimately is failure. That means you have essentially failed at that specific thing, if you want to put it into more formal terms. And the thing is, regret will haunt you until the rest of your life. As I have stated in previous videos, that's why I want to emphasize it here, is that regret will follow you wherever you go. It's essentially how it is. Regret will ultimately follow you until your grave or onto your grave, because regret is something that will never go away unless you do something to turn it around, or unless you do something to essentially, you know, prove that it's wrong, or prove that it's not true. The thing about regret as well, which is very ironic, is that we tend to say that we'd rather regret it than, fail a million times, or like not do it than, or sorry, not do it, not attempt it ever, because it's much safer, it's much better. But that's not true. No matter what happens, failure is inevitable. But the thing is, it will be faster, or you will rapidly experience failure if you do not try it in the first place. The thing is, failure is temporary, regret is forever. Yes, failure is painful, but regret lasts a lifetime. And even if you will feel pain, it will just be in the beginning. Trust me. Once you make once you make it through that wall, or essentially that inevitable barrier, once you hit through it, you will get to your end goal you will tell yourself, man, why didn't I started this or did this before? Or why haven't I started this earlier, right? But regret, that will last forever. I really do believe that the things or regret comes from the things that we did not do, the things that we did not attempt, the things that we did not tell ourselves in the first place. Because reality here is that the biggest regrets in life aren't the things we did, but the things we wish we did, the things we wished that we could have done. And the thing is, people don't lie on their deathbed. People don't lie on their deathbed, wishing they played it safer, wishing that they could have changed something, wishing that maybe I could have said this to this person. Maybe I should have confessed my feelings to him or confessed my feelings to her. Maybe I should have not left this organization. Maybe I should have not done this. Maybe I should not have let this happen. That's regret. That's regret right there. Maybe I could have done something different. These are things that will haunt us until the day I die, or until the day we die. I'm sorry, YouTube, if I'm gonna if this is not gonna get pushed now because I said that, but people will always regret the chances they were too afraid to take, risk that we were too afraid to take, like confessing our feelings is the very first one that comes to mind. Another one is job opportunities. Another one is joining something that, of course, are helpful and advance our careers, not hurtful organizations. If you know, you know. Okay. And again, you will bear that weight until the day we become ashes, because that classic saying or that cliche saying of take the risk or lose the chance. Well, that is true. Not all the time, but most of the time, it is true. You know why? Because some people would rather lose the thing that they want, or would rather lose the chance rather than take the risk. Because, of course, that's why it's called risk. 50-50. It's going to either be you're going to make it or not. But you know what? At least for me, in my 20s now, my early 20s, I would rather say, at least I tried, rather than tell myself, what if I tried? It's essentially what it is, right? If we're gonna boil it down to simpler terms, you will change your what ifs and doubts towards, well, at least I attempted it. At least I tried. And for me, that will forever be one of the biggest lessons I will carry. Because the thing about regret is, I cannot even emphasize that enough. Everyone has regrets. Even those who tell you that, oh, I attempt everything. I tried to do everything. I tried to live my life the best I could. Even they have regrets. It's just that, will you be able to lessen them by trying more? Or will you inevitably just accept them and just stay in your safe zone? Which is very comfortable, right? Where there's no growth. And the thing about regret is, it will be much scarier to look back in your life knowing, and I know this because even my grandparents keep telling me, as long as you have the chance, as long as you know you can do it, go for it. As long as it makes you happy, go for it. Do not make this world bring you down or tell you how to live your life, because you will ultimately feel regret. And they told me that trust us when we say you do not want to experience that at our age. Wishing that you could have traveled more, wishing that you could have made more friends, or like you could have went out more, wishing that you could have confessed your feelings, or you could have told people something or tell these people something before. The thing about that is that will be much more painful than failure. Because remember, even if you fail, you're already ahead of the people who never tried in the first place. You're already ahead of them. Well, I'm not saying that it's a competition or anything, but you can at least tell yourself that, again, at least I tried. At least I went into this thing with a mindset of, okay, I will do my best, or I will do my absolute best to just go into it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it doesn't, of course, that will be painful. That will be the part where you say, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But at least you experienced it. That has been me. I never drove a motorcycle before. I just rode a bike, like, which is like the very first time for me. We're like 4 years ago, 3 years ago, or sorry, 5 years ago. That was like the first time I ever rode a bike. And I was already in my 20s when I rode a bike. I just realized I just revealed my age after saying that. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's like 4 years ago. That's the first time I ever rode a bike. Never let it go since. And then I learned how to ride a motorcycle, even though I was so scared for my life. And I learned it. I even got a motorcycle now. Feels amazing. And I was so afraid at first. But I did it. I never drove a car before. Ever. The first time I drove a car was 5 years ago. And now I have my own car, or at least it's still in repair or in maintenance. I have my own car now, go to places and stuff like that. See, these are the things I do not want to regret in the future, which is why even though I'm so scared, even though I'm so afraid of failing, like what if I didn't manage to get the car to start, or what if I fail parking, what if I bump into something, or what if I, fall from the motorcycle, what if I fall from my bike, what if I essentially, have like people just honking their horns at me because I'm so slow driving the car. These fears are valid, but it will be up to you if you want to turn your what ifs into, well, at least I can do it now. Well, at least I know how to do this now. And you better ask yourself this. Are you really afraid of failing? Or are you just afraid of stepping into the unknown? Stepping into the void of no certainty? 50-50. Because one day, and this is inevitable, we're all gonna look back on our lives. And the worst pain won't be the things that didn't work out. Won't be the things that didn't go in your favor. Won't be the things that you told yourself this risk wasn't worth it. Won't be the things that you said. Won't be the things that you told people. It will be the things you never said. The feelings you never confessed. The emotions you never conveyed. The things you did not do. The chances you did not take. That, my friends, is regret. So, if you not want to experience that, trust me when I say, we need to shift this mentality. Turn our what ifs into, at least we tried. At least we got into it. At least we started. Because even if it didn't work out, we grew. That is progress. If you want to tell someone something, go for it. If you want to convey your emotions, confess your feelings, I would suggest go for it. But just have no expectations, okay? And that's another thing. Let's not have expectations for the things we do. Because once we eliminate the expectations, it will 100% be better for us. Trust me when I say that, okay? Just go into it, detach from the result, and trust me, everything will be handy dandy, and you will grow from that process. So if this video hit home, you might want to stick around. I almost forgot what I was gonna say there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. If you just woke up, let's start the day with a blast. If you're going to sleep, Make sure you have great dreams ahead of you. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.